Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you right there on the second row. What are we going to do today? Well, I thought I would answer some of your questions that you asked me on Facebook or Twitter. I didn't know I was going to get so many, so I'm not going to be able to answer them all. So let's just not waste any more time and get right to it. I'm not going to tell you about Patreon, where you can go to patreon.com, become a supporter of this channel, help this channel better, or not going to tell you how you can go to thatjunkman.com and buy a cool t-shirt. And I'm not going to tell you that you can get a t-shirt like this one right here. Not even going to show you a picture of it. Okay, let's go to Twitter first on my toy account. I got two Twitter accounts, Kenner Toys and That Junkman, both on Twitter. I don't know why I got both. But let's start with the Kenner one and try to read. And I'll try to answer these and edit out the ones that I can't answer. Well, here's the first one. What's your favorite 10 Kenner Star Wars vehicles? Well, I'll be here all day if I give you a rundown of all 10. So, my favorite Star Wars vehicle is probably the Falcon. It's a playset and a vehicle. I mean, you can play it like a ship or you can play it like a playset. So, let's see what else we got here. Thoughts on the Land of the Jawas set. Why didn't the UK version, Pal Toy one, come with an escape pod? Money. Cheap. Save cost. That's about the only reason. We don't think we have an official reason, but you can probably bet that it was to save costs and one less thing to have to pack it in. What's your favorite most wanted Kenner Star Wars toy as a kid and as an adult? Well, thank you, Trevor. As a kid, I can't remember one I really wanted. I do remember the Star Destroyer playset ship that me and my brother both wanted it for Christmas and never could find it at the store or anything. So that was probably the only one I could think of off the top of my head. As an adult, it changes time to time. Right now, I really love to get a carded Han and Carbonite figure. I don't really collect carded figures, but Han and Carbonite is one of my favorite figures from the Kenner line. And I would love to get that one on card, but it costs a lot of money. Have you ever owned the Sarlacc Pit board game? Yes, I did. I found it around 1993-94 at a flea market here in town, and I had it, played with it. I don't know what I did with it. I don't know what happened to it. I mean, this is why I was starting to collect. You think I would have saved it. I don't know what happened to it. It's very cool. I would love to have it now. Maybe I'll have to buy one and do a video on it. I was going to do a video on it, but it's one of the things you have to see it. I have to have it sitting here. I can't just show you pictures of it. What's your holy grail? My holy grail was a carded Boba Fett on the droid card that I found about 3 years ago at a Second and Charles for $100. I think it's worth about $2,000. Had to sell it when I got laid off work, so I don't have that anymore. Another one was a Luke Skywalker Stormtrooper on card. Had to sell it also. So I don't know if I really have a holy grail. I had a double tip lightsaber Luke that I got around 94. Traded some Kenner Batman the anime. Traded my Kenner the animated series Batman collection for it. Good deal, I think. But the saber broke, so I don't even have it anymore. I guess now my holy grail would have to be the die-cast TIE Bomber that was only released in test market, so there's not many of them, but it's not really extremely rare. But it's one that I probably thought, but being that I don't collect the die-cast really, it's not one I really sought out to get, and I thought I would never have it. It'd be cool to have because it's one of the rarest ones to have. And I found it on Craigslist, pretty cheap, so that might be my holy grail. And I think that does it for the, not many on here, so let's go over to Twitter to That Junkman on Twitter and see. Is Jabba a playset or a creature? Well, I did a whole video on this trying to decide if Jabba was a figure or a creature. It's a figure. It talks. It has dialogue. It's an alien. Creatures are like animals. Tauntauns. Dewbacks. You know, like dogs. So it's not a playset. I guess Jabba on his throne could be considered a playset. But Jabba itself, and you asked about Jabba itself, Jabba's not a playset because you can't really play on Jabba. Is Darth Vader Star Destroyer a playset or a vehicle? Playset. I call it that. I know you can hold the trigger, make it fly around, but that weird looking thing to me has always been a playset. Do you have a favorite cameo in Star Wars movies or shows? Favorite cameo in a Star Wars movie? No, I don't really have any favorite cameos in any movie. I guess the one I probably think about the most when you say cameo in a movie is Dan Aykroyd, the Blues Brother himself, in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, actually has a speaking part. Many people don't realize that, but yes, Dan Aykroyd is in Temple of Doom. He's the guy that shows them through the plane when they're escaping at the beginning of the film. What kind of paint do you use on your old Kenner toys? I ain't painting no old Kenner toys. Oh, what kind of paint did they use? I couldn't tell you that. Depends on what figure. Blue Snaggletooth used a lot of blue paint. Best place to buy Star Wars toys in the 80s. Sears catalog, Child's Place, Toys R Us. Well, we didn't have a Toys R Us in my town growing up. I've got one probably in the mid-80s when I was kind of getting out of toys. But I did buy a Return of the Jedi speeder bike there. But I was really out of it then. I think I just wanted to buy something because it was a toy store. But Zayre's was my place to go. I can still see it. Zayre's, but more than that, probably went Kmart more. Kmart or Zayre's. Zayre's, I can still see in my mind where the Star Wars figures were and everything, but we had a Kmart, and I can see it too, Kmart in my head. Kmart, Zayre's, and then maybe Rose's. Most people, unless you're in the South, don't know Rose's. It's kind of like a poor man's Kmart. Yeah, poor man's Kmart. I think I did one of those hunting for Star Wars videos there. Let's see. What's your first Star Wars toy you remember getting? What Star Wars toy is your favorite? First one I remember getting, I think I did a video of this. Me and my brother went to Zayre's. It had to be 78, 79, because I know it was the original carded stuff. And I remember, I think I wanted Han, and they didn't have it. My next one was going to be Obi-Wan. My brother picked it. So it left me with who to get. He taught me in getting the C-3PO. He was like, if I wasn't getting Obi-Wan, I would get that 3PO. So I got it, and then by the time we got the car, he's like, you got the lamest figure ever, 3PO. What's your Star Wars toy is your favorite? That's hard to say. I'm going to have to say probably the most fun is the Death Star playset. Look at it over there. I mean, how can you not like that? If you could have a complete mint-on-card run of the original Star Wars figures, don't we all wish that? Or a cash value for any purpose you like, which would you choose? That's a good question. Let me give you a laser light show for that one. That's a good one. As much as I would love to have the mint-on card collection, that's a lot of money. I would take the cash, and it wouldn't be to buy something. I'd just put it in the bank. It'd be nice to have a nest egg in the bank for that much money. Besides the skiff, what's your most wanted vintage item? He doesn't know I want a skiff. That is one I really like to have, the original skiff. I got the Hasbro remake over there. I would love to have that original Power of the Force skiff. What's another one I would like to have? I talked about already, a carded Han and Carbonite would be good. Luke, again, get my Luke back and Stormtrooper carded. There's not really that I really want real bad. I do need another snow speeder. I sold mine a while back, so that's my want list right now, is to get a speeder bike. So we looked at that. Now let's hop over to Facebook and read some. We got more over here. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get to them all. How did Darth Vader pee? Well, that's simple. Look at Darth Vader right here. You see that little thing, this little door, it comes up, pulls his pecker out, takes a pee. If Han and Hoth gear is your favorite, what is your least favorite? Imperial Dignitary, like everyone else in the world. My favorite was Weequay. That was a cool figure too. And his least was no neck Jedi Luke. Man, you think that Jedi Luke had no neck? Have you seen the Stormtrooper Luke? Looks like a linebacker for the Atlanta Braves. Let's see. Do you have any thoughts or fond memories of top Star Wars trading cards from the 70s? That's a good one. I remember collecting them and buying them. Me and my brother had them, and I remember laying them out on the table trying to make the picture on the back. I don't really have any great memories of them, but I did love them. What's your favorite figure, vehicle, playset, comic book? Well, my comic books is the original Star Wars run of the old comics. I love those comic books. And I missed that in today's comics where they were just fun stories. It wasn't so... Comic books back then and didn't take themselves so seriously. Favorite figure, I talked about that already. Vehicle. Did I do my favorite vehicle? The Falcon. Playset, I did already. The Death Star. So I think we answered most of that. Do Bantha steak taste better than Womp Rat? Asking for a friend. They both kind of taste like something that was cooked on Melmac. So, you know, you take a gamble with anything made on Melmac. How strong are Gundog ears? 2.7. Favorite moment in an Ewok movie? I can't even remember the Ewok movies. What one prop from the film would you most like to own? It would have to be a lightsaber. Probably Luke's, because it's probably the most iconic, at least the handle. Luke or Vader's lightsaber, or Han's pistol, if I can do more than one. Do you think some Star Wars action figures were pointless? Like Max Rebo Band? I don't think that was pointless. I mean, you had Jabba's little palace set up, Jabba on his throne. You had to have the Max Rebo Band, so no, not that one. Or Imperial Dignitary? Yeah, that was pointless. I mean, there were so many figures they still hadn't made yet. I could see if they were just running out things to make. But I guess it's no more pointless than a lot of stuff Hasbro makes. I don't think any of them was pointless, but I've heard this complaint before. I'll give you that, William. Pointless is, depends on what you mean by pointless, I guess. Is there some figures I would like to see made that it didn't get made, where they spent time making figures they shouldn't have or should have waited on? Yes, but pointless, other than Imperial Dignitary, I could have fun with all of them. What's your opinion on Super 7 retro style figures? I love them. You can't see them down there. I got a whole set Terminator. They're retro figures, but they're not retro prices. Come on, Super 7. And when they was with when Super 7 was working with Funko, they was about $10, which is kind of still high for them. But now, I went to their website. I think they had Beavis and Butthead I was going to buy, and they were like $20 for a retro. Come on now. I do like them, though. I've seen people say, oh, they're cheap looking. They're supposed to. I don't think people understand what they were going for. I remember reading somewhere that Return of the Jedi was originally going to feature Boba Fett as the main villain. Have you heard this before, Junkman? I like you spell my name, Junk, space, M-A-N-N. That would have been a different movie. Well, yeah, Boba Fett was going to lead up until the next series of movies. But I did a whole video on that. I can't get on that here, but I did a whole video on the plan for Boba Fett. It's more of a plan for Empire when they introduced him, but then Lucas decided to end the movies with Jedi, so he had to rechange everything. Should I eat all these damn donuts, or should I save a few for other people? You need to give me a damn donut is what you need to do. That's about it. And look at that. Someone's actually typing a comment as I read them. So let's sit here and wait. I see the little dots coming up. We'll have a laser show while we wait. Laser show. Laser. In fact, we'll do this. Watch this. Take this off here. Feel like I got a lightsaber now. In fact, I can make it. Let's see here. I am bored. Watch me tear up my camera. Oh, God! Somebody must be typing up a storm. As I wait for this guy to finish typing his question, let's remember, fallen hero. What a great actor. Oh, finally, here it is. What was your favorite Star Wars book? You might be thinking more of Marvel, but I'll tell you what my favorite was. And I didn't own it. But at the B. Dalton's at my local mall B. Dalton was a bookstore, if you don't know. Or was it Walden Books? I think we had both, but one of them I would go back to the kids section, and they had a Star Wars pop-up book. This is probably 82, 83. And they had a little square table where you could sit around and read books. I remember putting that pop-up book, turning the pages, X-Wing popping up at you. Turn the page. Dewback in your face. Actually, I don't remember the Dewback in it or not, but that'd be pretty cool. Turn the page again. Falcon! It was so cool. And I would push on them and touch them. I need to find that Star Wars pop-up book. I love that thing. Oh well, that's all the questions you asked the Junkman. Hope you enjoyed this video. Ask me some more questions in the comments. I probably won't answer them, but ask them anyway. I might answer them. I'll at least read it. I guess that's about it. As always, please subscribe to the channel. Thumb it up so I know you like my content. Until the next video, we'll talk again.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.